What is up, Killer Off-Road Hobbies fans? Today we are taking a look at the RedCat Terremoto V2 1/8 scale 4-wheel drive monster truck. Now this thing comes ready to run or almost ready to run. The ready to run is $400 pretty much everywhere, and the almost ready to run is about 330 or 40 if I remember correctly. So as you can see, it's the red version, so it is the ready to run. I actually got this thing used. That's why it has these big neat tires on it, the Durtrax lockup MTs, because I got a swinging deal on this. The guy drove it one time, barely used it at all, and decided he was going to go ahead and sell it. I picked it up for super crazy cheap, like even cheaper than it normally is. And the only thing that it didn't come with that it normally does is the tires. So let's go over the boring stuff first. So with it, the red version, the ready to run version, $400 version, you get two 3200 7.4 volt 20C discharge 2S lipos for 4S in total with bullet connectors, and you get a Hexfly 2 and 3S lipo charger that is also included. You get the transmitter, which we'll go over this in 1 second, and you get your booklets. I kind of thumbed through these. These tell you a little bit, like basically everything you need to know about the truck. It doesn't have everything like blown up individually, but it does have a huge blow up of the truck disassembled where it shows you everything, and it does have a parts list with part numbers if you break something, and it does have this little nifty cheat sheet for the ESC to program it. You can only program 3 different things though, which is braking strength. Let me look at it again. So it is running mode, which either forward, reverse, forward, no brakes, all that jazz. Brake force, you can go from 0%, 5, 10, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100%. And the final is just your lipo cutoff setting from 2.6 volts to 3.4 volts. So it doesn't give you a whole lot, but it does give you the basics. So getting back to the transmitter before we get into the truck, the transmitter has this cool little flip up cap. It has your normal trims and reverse switches. You have steering dual rate, throttle trim, steering trim, and the reverse switches. Pretty basic, generic transmitter. It does have a rubber thing on the wheel here. It's not just plastic, but it uses 8 AA batteries. I do not like that. That is just ridiculous for a transmitter this basic. It should never have more than 4. 8 is just ridiculous. I mean, I bet it'll last you a long time. Like the 8 batteries in there will last you a long time, but I just think 8's ridiculous. Moving on to the truck. All right, so you get a 2,260 kV motor in this thing, and you get an 80 amp ESC that is 4S capable. For the size and price point of this truck, we'll see. Let's pop the cap off. Now this does feel pretty thick, but I'm hoping it's not the brittle thick. I'm hoping it's an actual good solid body. I do really like the look of it. It looks pretty cool. And one thing I noticed that I already took care of is it did have like a little fake bumper thing that hung down. But when you compress the suspension, it would rub on the shocks. So I went ahead and trimmed that off already because I didn't want to raise the profile of the body. I like it right there. I like how that looks. I didn't want to raise the body up higher and expose more of the chassis and stuff. But the body feels okay, and it should do fair, I would say. Now this thing does have a unique chassis layout. I've never seen anything designed like this where it's got like, you know, it's got a top aluminum plate, basically just a flat plate chassis, and then it's got this plastic level down here, and it's pretty much looks like it's just pretty much held together by just a couple plastics, like kind of stands or pillars in there. If you guys can see this one right here, that's pretty much what holds it up. But it does have the aluminum top, so we'll have to see how it does. The bumpers feel really flimsy. I've heard bad things about the bumpers. They just break off. You know, don't waste your time trying to replace them over and over again, because they're just going to break off anyways. Another bad thing I have heard about this truck is that the upper A-arms break. You can see the design. They don't look that poorly designed. They actually look okay. They're an okay thickness and everything. But apparently this rod right here it just breaks out. So we'll have to see. Normally that happens on the front on heavy impacts. I've heard. I've never had one of these trucks, so I don't know for sure. This steering setup is super weird. This is your steering. Your servo is mounted on top, and it's like connected to this whole gadget thing that steers it. That's super weird to me. We'll have to see how it holds up. Now, getting a little deeper into the truck, your tow and camber are adjustable in the rear. Your tow and camber are adjustable in the front. You have multiple shock mounting positions on the lower A-arms. It's just one stationary on the shock towers. The shock towers are super small plastic pieces. Hopefully they hold up. And like I said, it's four-wheel drive. It's got aluminum threaded bodied shocks to so you can adjust your spring rates, you know, how aggressive or inaggressive you want it to be. You know, it's got the battery boxes mounted on the side. You know, it's just kind of a straightforward truck. I've been wanting to get one of these because of the price point for an A-scale seems pretty reasonable. Now, with that being said, I am not sure about anything about this truck. I'm not sure how much power this 540 size brushless motor has. An 80 amp ESC is not that impressive, but everything on this truck is also waterproof, so you can run it in the water if you want to. You know, this is just one of those trucks that I got just to kind of check out. You know, if this is a decent truck, it doesn't have to be a great truck, but if it is a decent truck, for all the stuff you get with it, I think it might be worth the money. Because $400, getting a LiPo charger, 2 LiPos, there we go, whoa. So you get a LiPo charger, 2 LiPos, I mean, pretty much just ready to go out of the box. Just add 8 AA's to the transmitter. But you know, for $400, if this thing is decent, it will probably get a decent review from me. But that is going to be kind of sketchy, I would say, because it does feel like a lot of this truck is made relatively on the cheap side, but it is a relatively cheap A-scale. And you got to look at the fact that just $100 more than this, but you have to, you know, throw in the batteries and a charger because it doesn't come with it. but you can get an Outcast for $100 more, and then you're gonna have to buy, you know, lipos, or if you have lipos in a charger already. But we'll see. You know, I'm not gonna judge this truck yet. I haven't even ran it, like I said. These tires might be on it for the first run, but these are not going to be the tires that are going to stay on it. These tires are just crazy huge. This thing's only 4S capable. It's got that little 80 amp ESC. I did order a set of tires for this thing. I was hoping they'd be in when this truck got in, but they're not. So yeah, but this is one of the 2 trucks I got that I told you guys about after I had that big sell. And the other one was I went ahead and I bought myself an MT4 G3, and the big reveal was supposed to be at the bash I had with Rich Duper Bash, the Big Air Bash, Mad Bash or whatever. Unfortunately, in all the chaos and all the fun I was having and everything, the battery in my GoPro died. And I have several batteries, but I didn't know it. I didn't realize it. I didn't hear it beep or whatever. I was just having too much fun. And I completely missed all the stuff I did with the MT4 G3. And I broke it pretty bad. I'll show you guys as I'm fixing it what I actually broke on it. But I actually did a lot more damage to it than I thought I did. I went off that huge jump and just... I don't know if it caught some interference or something, but I was trying to do a backflip and it just freaking stalled in the air. Like that one time when I had it out at my bash spot, the other one that I raffled off. But this one just stalled in the air, came down from probably 15 plus feet, just straight on its nose, just bam. And yeah, it took... it took quite a hard hit, and it's not like crazy amount of, like, you know, T-Dog's folded in half truck, but it took some damage, and it needs a little bit of TLC. The parts are on the way. Everything's gonna be cool. But that's it, guys. This is the 1/8 scale RedCat Racing Terremoto V2. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, go ahead and give it the thumbs down. You know, I appreciate the feedback, whether good or bad. And if you guys are interested, the Outcast Raffle is still open. So go ahead and check out the description. There'll be a link to donate to enter to win that. I'm going to be closing that in probably on Friday. Probably Friday night. So I will close the raffle for the Outcast Friday night. And... you know, that thing should be here any day now. I know everything got crazy kind of with the holiday, the shipping and stuff, but it says it's on its way, so it should be here in the next couple days. No big deal, but it's on the way. We'll have a first look video of that when it gets here, and we'll go ahead and take this sucker out and see what it's got. Alright guys, this is Gary saying get out there, get an RC, go have some fun, and we'll see you right back here on the next video.